Good afternoon, everybody. This is Ramneek. I'm one of the maths faculty members here at Ambedkar University. Welcome all of you to this BA Honours Maths program. I'm going to be briefing you a little on the structure and policies. आपको document भी एक गया होगा जिसमें सारी details होंगी, but I'll just brief you up shortly on it. And then we'll have a short introduction of the faculty members and just a briefing of the courses to be offered for this semester. Okay. So for getting a BA degree, BA honors degree in mathematics at Ambedkar University, you have to get a total of attain a total of 96 credits. Here, credit means every course is a 4 credit for undergraduate programs. Every course is 4 credits. So you have to attain 96 credits. The minimum duration is 3 years within which you have to complete. The maximum you can go up to is 5 years. And if beyond that there is anything, then there are special circumstances. So we don't go into those details. So within those 96 credits, you have to do, I will just keep showing also. So within those 96 credits, there are different categories of courses which you need to complete in order to get to those 96. One is your foundation courses. Okay? For the foundation courses, you have to complete at least 4 foundation courses. Within those 96, at least 4 courses have to be foundation courses. So these will account for each course being a 4 credit course, 16 credits. Beyond this, then you have to do discipline courses, which is basically, since you are going to be majoring, it's a BA maths program. So you have to do 12 courses in mathematics, 12 compulsory or core mathematics courses. Okay, so that will give 12 FOSA, 48 credits will come from there. And then other than that, you are basically left with 8 more courses, and these can be spread out amongst the other electives or foundation courses offered by other courses. So these will account for 8 FOSA, 32 credits will come from this one. And FC, the foundation courses, within the foundation courses, there are certain courses which are going to be compulsory foundation courses. So English and Hindi, you are going to compulsorily get in your, so foundation courses have to be done within the first 2 years of your degree. And within that, English and Hindi, there will be language courses, which are compulsorily you will have to take. And for the language courses, basically, there will be a language proficiency test. And according to that, you will be divided into groups. So there's going to be, these are the English language courses which you are going to be getting, and the Hindi courses also. And apart from that, the environment course is also compulsory for you. So so 3 courses are compulsory, and 1 more foundation course you have to do, which is your choice. You can pick up, and that one is your choice. You can pick up any course from the various courses which have a code FC. So these are all the different foundation courses in which you can choose that 1 more course. Moving on, there are the discipline courses. The discipline courses, the code for them is basically, it will depend upon the major you are taking. Like you, for all of you, it's going to be a maths course. So MA, the codes are going to begin with MA. Similarly, EC stands for economics courses, and these are for the other different courses. So you will have to look for MA courses. 12 courses will come from the maths discipline courses. I'll just also show you the various list of compulsory courses which you will be taking up from maths over the different years. And then apart from them, these there'll be the elective courses. Okay, 8 courses electives हैं वो either you can take from the EL ones. EL होते हैं कई elective वाले, they are offered in different semesters. Foundation course भी उनमें आप ले सकते हो. So there's a basket of courses you can keep choosing from to take those other to complete those other 8 courses. So that will comprise your 96 credits. I will just show you the maths courses also, which are going to be offered over the different semesters. Okay, so the various maths courses, during your first semester, you are going to be right now offered the course Introduction to Mathematical Thinking. ठीक है, ये जो लिस्ट आपको दी हुई है इसमें कंपल्सरी कोर्सेज रहेंगे एंड देन दे आर गोइंग टू बी इलेक्टिव्स. ठीक है, कंपल्सरी है वो तो मैथ्स वालों को करने ही करने हैं, यू जस्ट हैव टू डू इट. एंड फॉर द इलेक्टिव्स देयर इज अ चॉइस, यू कैन टेक दीज और यू कैन डू फ्रॉम अदर कोर्सेज आल्सो, बट एज लॉन्ग एज यू keep a track of how many credits you like foundation, you will definitely have to do those 4 courses. For compulsory, automatically you will end up doing the 12 courses from maths only, and for electives you will have a choice, so you can either pick up from maths or from other courses. So in your first semester, this is the course which is going to be offered. It is called Introduction to Mathematical Thinking. We'll just introduce it once we are done with the overall course structure. Apart from this, abhi first semester mein you will just have the English and the Hindi courses allotted to you, depending on your language proficiency test. Then in the next semester when you go, then there's a compulsory course, Analysis 1. This is going to be the code. Like I said, SUS 1 stands for the undergraduate SUS School of Undergraduate Studies. So this means it's a code for courses offered in the School of Undergraduate Studies. MA stands for Maths courses. Similarly, जो इकोनॉमिक्स के कोर्स होंगे उसमें EC होगा. ठीक है, so when you have a code of 0, 1 to 30, those are your core courses for any course. जैसे मैथ्स में ये 0, 1 है. Similarly, this is a 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4. 0, 1 से लेके 30 तक जो हैं, they are your compulsory courses in any discipline, if the last 2 digits are that. Beyond 30, then you have the courses which are electives. अगर MA लगा होगा तो वो मैथ्स का कोर्स हो जाएगा, अगर EC लगा होगा इकोनॉमिक्स का होगा. Similarly for the other subjects which are offered. So during the second semester, this is a compulsory course, Analysis 1, which is going to be offered, and then there's MA 531, which is an elective course which is offered. So this the students can take or they can leave it, but this they will necessarily have to do in that semester. Similarly for the third semester, these are the compulsory courses offered: Algebra, Numerical Analysis, and Analysis 2. So these courses, when you have 1, 2, 3, so generally for the next course, the prerequisite is that you should have done the first course. Okay, but in some courses when you do, you will have to keep a track when you're picking up other courses also. So there are prerequisites for certain courses. In maths, the prerequisite condition is not essential, as in the sense you are not required to pass that course. So if you have to do join Analysis 2, then you should have taken Analysis 1, but it's not essential that you need to pass it to move on to Analysis 2. But when you choose from other disciplines, please make sure you check your courses when you're taking in subsequent semesters, because in some courses there's an essential condition of having passed the prerequisite before you can join the next course. So you will have to make sure for different courses what are the prerequisites. Is it essential to having passed it or just having taken it? For math, you will just have to take it. It's not essential to pass it. Similarly, Analysis 3 के लिए Analysis 2 लिया होना चाहिए. You should have studied it, but even if you've not passed it, you will be able to take Analysis 3. Okay, so these are the third semester courses. Then fourth semester, fifth semester, Algebra 3 and MA 510. And similarly for the sixth semester, these two are compulsory, and then there are these maths electives which are offered. ठीक है, इसमें बास्केट कई सारी रहती हैं जहाँ पे ये स्टार एंड ये सिंबल्स डाले हुए हैं. Sometimes some courses offered, so there's a basket of courses. कभी एक कोई कोर्स ऑफर हो रहा होता है इसमें, कभी कोई कोर्स ऑफर हो रहा होता है इलेक्टिव में. So that is regarding your maths courses. And जो बाकी courses हैं उनके लिए अगर आप पिक करोगे, so for their compulsory or electives you can choose for completing those 8 courses. ठीक है, तो उसमें different courses की यहाँ list दी हुई है. Sometimes some courses are not offered which are electives, कभी semester में होता है, so that you will anyways get a list whenever you're doing any particular semester. So that is regarding your course structure. Beyond that, you have to understand that there's an attendance policy also For first year student 65% attendance आपकी mandatory रहती है. If your attendance drops below that, then there are grade cuts for it. ठीक है, आपके grade cut होगा depending on कितनी shortfall हो जाती है. one grade cut हो सकता है, 2 grade cuts भी हो सकते हैं. So even if you scored well, if you don't attend your classes, you end up losing grades. So make sure you stick to the attendance, at least managing more than 65%. And then for passing, for the different years, there are different rules, but I'm not going to go too much into the depth of it. I'm just going to let you know from first year to second year when you have to go. So basically for promotion to second year, you will have to have passed at least 6 courses. अगर 6 courses आपके नहीं clear होते हैं, then you will have to repeat. And when you have to repeat certain course, then obviously जिस semester में वो दोबारा से offer होएगा, then you will end up taking it. Okay. And then another thing is regarding your medical, if somebody falls sick or has some medical problem, तो आपको जो medical certificate है, that needs to be given within 15 days of your taking the leave. So medical certificate along with there's an application form given, वो आपको SCS office में you have to submit within 15 days, so that आपका then it will be considered, and उस केस में आपका फिर grade cut नहीं लगेगा. If your attendance is falling short because of you not being well, then वो medical में फिर आपका adjust कर दिया जाएगा as long as it's given on time. So that is regarding your medical, your promotion policy. But this document will be shared with you. इसमें और ज़्यादा details subsequent years के लिए भी दी हुई है, but I'm not getting into that many details as yet. And for maths courses in office, SUS office, Priyanka is going to be dealing with any kind of queries. So you can write into to the SUS office, and they will let you know if there is any problem you face. And I'm also going to introduce the other faculty members. Pranay, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
So I'm just going to ask Pranay. So basically, we have a small faculty group. I'll just briefly tell who all is there, and then everybody can just introduce. So
Yes,
there's Dr. Karan Goswami, Dr. Bachan, Dr. Kranti, and Dr. Mridul and Dr. Geeta. So all of this, all of them comprise the small maths faculty group we have here. I'm the program coordinator right now. So in case there are any problems, you could write to me. Bodh sir is the dean, SUS dean, and Priyanka is going to be dealing with the maths program. So if you have any queries related to the maths program in SUS office, Priyanka is going to be in charge for all those things. So I ask Dr. Pranay to introduce himself, and also in case I've missed out on anything. Like
no, you are not going to miss anything. Okay. Basically, in this semester, we are going to offer only one maths course. That this is called MA 501, Introduction to Mathematical Thinking. And Dr. Balchand Prajapati is the course coordinator for this course, and I am also co-teaching with him. So I think Dr. Balchand can tell you about the about the detail of this course. If he is there. Anyways, no worry about that. Let me going to share my screen to tell you about the course contents of this course. I think my screen is visible.
हाँ, शेयर हो रहा है.
हो रहा है शेयर, ठीक है. Okay, fine. So basically, the course code of is it is MA 501, and it's divided into 3 sections. The first section is based on the discrete elements, and second section is based on the linear algebra, and the third section is based on the some introductory real analysis. So basically, the course name shows that introduction to mathematical thinking. It means that means we are going to, because right now we are going to enter in the college life. Till now you are studied in the school life. Now, so that's the main objective of to introduce this course, to introduce how to write proofs. For example, in your 12th class, you are, or in your 11th class, there is a proof like this: square root of 2 is a rational number, is irrational numbers, right? So now, how do you derive it? How do you write these proofs? So basically, all the course contents are based on this. We will try to, we will study how to write the proofs. How can we think about the proof is there, or what is the way to write this? Okay, so the first section is based on discrete elements. It contains some inductions, like mathematical inductions, and this you need to prove certain formula of the mathematics, like summation of geometric series, summation of n uh, natural numbers, etc. Second, then we will discuss fundamental theorem of arithmetic, and Euclidean division algorithm, and GCD, how to find the GCD of two arbitrary numbers or large numbers, congruence relations, and some proofs. Okay, and so these are the contents of the first module, discrete mathematics and discrete elements. Second module is the linear algebra. So in the linear algebra, we will discuss about the coordinate space, coordinate plane, r cube, r square, how to geometrical representation of the vectors, additions, their properties, and the multiplication, etc. Their linear combinations, linear independence, and linear transformations, etc. And the third module is a simple introduction of the analysis. Okay, real analysis. So in this module, we will discuss about the review of functions, real line and absolute value, their properties, Archimedean properties, sequence in a real numbers, limit of a sequence, convergence, etc. And these are the textbooks. Basically, we will use all four. 1, 2, 3 are the main textbook, and the fourth one is your, I believe it's your simple reference book. Okay, and that's it. So, and also I'm going to share its assessment criteria for this course. How do we assess the students? Yes, just a minute, I'm going to share it. So basically, the assessment is divided into 4 components. The first one is the test one. Second one is the Viva Voice questions. That means based on your whole syllabus, we will ask what you have learned in this course. So based on your Viva Voice, what formula you learned, or what proofs you have learned. Okay, and third assessment is a mid-semester examination, and the fourth assessment is your end semester examinations. Okay, so this is the course information. And now if you have any query, then you can ask. And
प्रणिक एसएफसी का भी बता देते हैं इनको.
हाँ बिल्कुल. Yes अभी
Pranay, hello.
हाँ बात.
Pranay, we should also tell about the classes, how the classes is going to be in the online mode. So basically, we create a Google Classroom, and you people will give the invitation of the Google Classroom via your AUD email ID. So all you people should join the Google Classroom when we send the invitation. So basically we create a Google link, Google Meet, like we have joined this meeting. So by joining that Google Meet via your AUD email ID, you need to join the classes. So all the classes in this semester is going to be online, and the Google Classroom will be used to post tutorial sheets, any written material, and for submission of your assessment also Google Classroom has been used. So like the last semester we are using, in this semester for you people also we will use Google Classroom to post any information regarding the course. Like we will post this assessment criteria, we'll post the handouts, we'll post tutorial sheets, and we also need to submit all the assessment via Google Classroom. So in within 1 or 2 days, you will get the invitation of the Google Classroom, and you must join via your AUD email ID. Pranay.
Yes, and now I'm going to take some queries of the students. The Utkarsh, basically the class, the SUS office will inform about the classes, because there is a assessment based on the English, because we are going to offer 2 courses for the English subject. So first course is English proficiency EPC, and second one is the English for academic purpose. So there is the SOS office will going to conduct the exam based on the for the English for choosing English courses. So they will inform you, and then after that we will start our classes. And Bhanu, no need to revise 11th or 12th mathematics, because all the course contains based on your 11th and 12th, and further it's the extension of these your mathematics courses of 11th or 12th classes. So no need to worry about that. We will revise in our class only. And after that, yeah, Nikhil, actually, yes, you will receive the email ID from the university, because the Google Classroom allowed only our university email ID to join this course or to conduct the classes only, right? And okay, now I'm going to tell you about the very important committee. This is called the Student Faculty Committee. In short, we say SFC committee. So SFC committee. Yes, Utkarsh, I will. Once the classes is going to be start, then I will tell you everything. Okay. Yeah, Ayush, no need to buy any book. We will provide a soft copy for the books, right? Yes, Maddie, Hindi is compulsory because there are total 3 courses is going to be offered in this by Hindi faculty. So you need to choose one based on your academic level. For example, if you have learned Hindi till class 8th, or so, then you need to choose one course. I do not remember what is the courses there. So I think everything is written in the SUS document. Yeah. So I was telling about the student faculty committee. Basically, this committee is formed to solve the student and some faculty related problems. For example, in some class, when you are going to study, some professor is going to teach you, and you did not understand some way of his teaching, or you are facing some issues related to some to that professors. For example, he is very biased to particular students, then you can discuss your these kind of problems with your class representatives. So basically, we are going to choose 2 class representatives from your class, and all the students can discuss their problems to their class representatives, and all the class representatives will meet faculty representatives of maths program. And right now we are 2 faculty members in SFC. The first one is the Dr. Ramni Khasa, and she is also your program coordinator. And second one is Dr. Mridul Veer Singh. So these are your SFC faculty members. Okay. So right. So you can the class representative can discuss your problems to these faculty members. Then once a month they will meet, and then they will try to solve your problems in in your meeting or something like that. If your problem is still unsolved, then your problem, these faculty members will discuss your problem in a larger group. This is called the general body of the SFC committee. So it consists all the schools faculties members, SFC faculty members, and the student representatives. Then they will try to resolve your problems. That's it. So this is a certain procedure to resolve your problems. Now, yeah, there is an option to join your societies, but right now, since university is running on online mode, so might be the society are not functional right now. So I believe once the university will reopen, आप जब जितने भी यूनिवर्सिटी के अंदर जब आप आएंगे, then all the information will be provided to join these societies. Yeah, there is an election for the there are certain names. You need to propose certain names. There you need to provide. The SOS office will provide particular forms for the SFC class representatives, right? So then, if there are more than 2 names, so then there will be elections. Yes, if you have any query related to your subject, related to your courses, anything. Yeah, one more important thing, for the choosing your courses, there is a procedure, and university adopted particular software. This is called the ERP system. So once you have your email ID, and SOS office will inform you a particular dates. On these dates, you need to register your courses. Okay. And what do you need to register your courses? It will be informed by your course coordinator or SOS office. Okay. Actually, yes, you can take any courses, but there is a certain requirement. For example, there is some timetable foundation also. So if your timetable allowed, then you can take particular courses which is for your first year course, because right now you are in first year, so you can take courses only from first year, because all the higher courses have some prerequisites. That means you need to first complete certain courses, after that you are allowed. Yeah. So Utkarsh, no, actually it is based on your, if there is a vacancy in a particular course, then you can transfer, and there are certain criteria to transfer your courses, like yeah, CGPA is also one criteria. Also, if there is a vacancy, then you can transfer. Otherwise, it is not possible, right? Vacancy means if seats are vacant in a particular course, then you can transfer.
Any other queries?
Yeah, Ayush, yes, definitely. There are certain courses, some maths courses are offered by economics faculty. Yes. So, for example, some quantitative courses in economics, like EC, I do not remember basically the course code for they contain some mathematical things. And so then you can choose if the timetable, but condition is that timetable should allow.
Yes, and also that you can't take more than 4 courses, Abhi. After fourth semester you can take more than 4 courses. You can take up to 5, but अभी first year में सिर्फ 4 तक ही ले सकते हो. वो इंग्लिश हिंदी कंपल्सरी वाले से बाइंडिंग हो जाएगा, तो जितनी चॉइस बचेगी उतना मैथ्स वाला एक करना ही पड़ेगा, उतना उतनी फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी रहेगी. एंड ऑल्सो डिपेंडिंग ऑन द टाइम टेबल. बट येस यू कैन टेक. जो इलेक्टिव्स करने हैं वो आपने बाकी कोर्सेज में से ही पिक करने हैं, बट देन यू हैव टू कीप दीज रिस्ट्रिक्शंस इन माइंड.
Yes, there is one query from the one student. It is, yes, is there any statistics course available as an elective? In mathematics there is a statistics course which is compulsory. Its name is probability and statistics. So you can choose. Of course the maths people is compulsory to choose this course. So all maths people ये वाला कोर्स ले सकते हैं. ठीक है. But
formally there is no statistics department here, but yes, maths offers one compulsory course. And economics में भी शायद होता है, but I don't think the content is too much different from our course. थोड़ा बहुत additional ही रहता है. So as an elective you can choose that.
नहीं Rahul, basically this is wrong information. You will not get minor degree. You can choose some elective courses additionally. Means basically we are allowing for example in a semester you can take 4 courses first semester, and in second semester you can take 4 courses, but after first year you can take additional 1 subject. So it will not gives you any other degree, but it's counted as a additional courses to you. Okay. Yes. Utkarsh, in the first semester how many courses? Utkarsh, yes, as I told you, only 4 courses in first semester and 4 courses in second semester. That's it.
Excuse me, sir.
Boliye.
So can I ask you something? So can you please tell us like about the 4th year for the extra credits that happens?
Yeah.
in UD?
Extra credit is basically for example your requirement is to complete 96 credits. Okay. So additionally, except these 96 credit, you can take I think 2 or whatever, I think 4 courses more. That means 16 credits you can additionally earn. So but this is allowed only after first year. Means in third semester you can take 5 courses. In fourth semester you can take 5 courses. But in overall you cannot take more than 10 courses in a year after first year. Okay, Aditya? Is it clear to you?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And there's one more provision. You can even improve your courses. जैसे पहले कि आपको लग रहा है इतना अच्छा नहीं है, आप दोबारा जब वो ऑफर होएगा इम्प्रूवमेंट के लिए भी अप्लाई कर सकते हो. बट देन यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड कि जब इम्प्रूवमेंट के लिए अप्लाई करते हैं, जो फाइनल ग्रेड होता है जो आया होता है वो स्टैंड करता है. इफ योर अर्लियर वन वाज बेटर एंड यू एंड अप गेटिंग अ लोअर ग्रेड, देन द फाइनल लोअर ग्रेड विल बी टेकन इनटू कंसीडरेशन. जो बेसिकली जो इम्प्रूवमेंट वाले का ग्रेड होएगा वो कंसिडर होएगा, चाहे बेटर हो चाहे वर्स हो. So you'll kind of forfeit your earlier grade if you apply for improvement. But yes, you can always improve upon a course if you feel you can do better.
There is a query related to Bhanu. Bhanu, basically, we will provide some soft copy of the books. Either you can purchase, I think books are also available in the market. So you can, if possible, you can buy it. There is no problem. And Nikhil,
लाइब्रेरी में भी है, आप लोग लाइब्रेरी में भी काफी कॉपीज रहती हैं, वहां पे भी अगर आपका चक्कर लगता है यू कैन काइंड ऑफ यूज इट, बट देन सॉफ्ट कॉपीज विल बी देयर, so right now it will be more safer to use those rather than travel.
What books down? Okay, have to buy. No. Actually, we will each basically each the faculty means you don't need to, if you want to buy then you can buy, otherwise we will provide a soft copy for that. Yeah, let me introduce Professor Geeta Venkatrama. She is senior most faculty of mathematics, so she can tell you about. You can show us.
Hi everyone. Sorry, I was busy with some other meeting, so I could not join when you all started. So welcome to AUD, and I'm glad to see so many of you here. I mean, I'm sure that my colleagues have already explained to you a little bit about the program and the kind of courses that you'll be doing. Pranay, is that correct?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think maybe what I can do is maybe I can interact with you people. If you have any questions related specifically to the Maths Honours program or to study in AUD or about maths in general, please feel free to unmute yourself and ask me. And that way it will be far better rather than my trying to tell you something specifically, because I don't know what has already been said and what needs to be said. It's better to clarify your doubts that you may have, because I mean, it's really unfortunate that we are not being able to meet you physically. And I'm sure all of you have been looking forward to this day when you entered college. And but what I can promise you is that we have a small faculty group in mathematics, but all of us are very friendly. That's one thing I would say. So you can approach us even if we are not really teaching you. You can always get in touch with us with respect to either your maths problems or any other problems that you may have, and we are there. So our email IDs, I'm sure the program coordinator, Ramneek, will be able to provide to you at some point, or we can all write our email IDs in the chat box, and then you can definitely be in touch with us. This semester, I think Pranay and Balchand will be teaching you in the maths course. So I'm open to questions, queries, anything that you want discussed. You know, so please feel free to ask. And one of the things is that you should not be shy. I mean, because we are going to be teaching you online, and unless you are open to asking your questions or doubts, they will not get cleared. So you should get into the habit of asking.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, can I ask you a little personal question? What is your favorite number?
My favorite number.
Yes, ma'am.
That's a very difficult question, because I'm not very sure that I have one favorite number. In general, I like numbers. So I've really actually not thought about what number I like best in that sense. But I would say 0. I like 0. It's I mean, it has a very, very special place when you do group theory. And that's something that you'll be doing in your second semester. And integers and 0 particularly has a very special place. So I would say if you ask me to really indicate, then 0.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Maybe I want to ask students, I mean, maybe, I don't know whether this has happened, whether you've already said this, why have you chosen to do maths?
Ma'am, I was always interested in maths since my career, not my career, since my schooling began, and I always excelled at maths. So people suggested me to do it. I thought over it, and I thought that I should pursue maths as a career.
What would you like to do after maths?
I would like to pursue data sciences, which I would think I would do an MSc from ISI Bangalore or ISI Kolkata, and then go abroad for PhDs. And because I have a relative who is already in data sciences, so he may be able to help me if I ever pursue that. And data sciences is also, I would say, it is very financially possible career to at this point of time.
Sure, sure. Yeah, and the other area which a lot of math students are moving into is artificial intelligence as well. That's something that people have been considering of late after having done a maths degree. Actually, the maths degree is one of the most versatile degrees that you can do, because apart from anything else, it really trains your brain to work and think in a particular way. So it's something, apart from the knowledge itself that you get, the manner in which you get that knowledge becomes extremely important, and that really opens out almost everything to math students. Of course, not something which is specifically science-based. Which course are you asking about? You're asking about the BA Honors Maths? Is it, or?
No, I think वो optional foundation एक अमृता ने भेजा था, उसके बारे में I think he's asking. Okay, let me just ask if there's any other teacher who wants to explain their course, foundation courses. Amrita, are you still there?
I think she just left.
हाँ जी, ठीक. Any other faculty member other than maths who would like to tell about their course? I think just Amrita was there.
Anything else? You've already explained the structure, no? That they have one compulsory maths, they'll get one language, and वो क्या हो रहा है रमनीक इस बार? They'll still have English diagnostic test, no?
हाँ जी, लैंग्वेज प्रोफिशिएंसी अभी इनका हुआ नहीं है, उसके बेसिस पे फिर अभी डिवीजन होनी है, इसीलिए क्लासेस का भी कुछ फाइनल नहीं है, but they'll get to know once the language proficiency test is done.
Have they all got their email IDs from AUD as yet?
I don't think so, because अभी वो कह रहे थे कि नहीं मिली.
We haven't got them, but we were assured that we would get it in the next week or so.
Okay, because I mean, in the future, when your classes actually begin, we do it.
Ma'am, if you can hear me, your video and audio both are like lagging. So,
I think the net was disconnected. Okay. Actually, there's some issues in online mode teaching. Sometimes student is disconnected and yeah, ma'am.
Yeah, sorry, no, the network. I'm actually in AUD today. So I'm sitting in the university, and the network here dropped. So this is something that you will have to get used to, because between your own networks and the networks of the faculty, when we are teaching online, at times we lose network. But I'll give you just one bit of advice, which is that the kind of maths that you will be doing at the college level is the demands that will be made on you are very different from school. One of the things that students from school often ask, partly because you've come out of the board exam type mentality, is that, what is the correct way of writing something? What you will learn in college in your 3 years is that there is no one correct way. There are many correct ways, as long as you make the argument correctly. That is what is important. So this first semester course that you're doing, you're actually going to be learning how to read, write, and think mathematics. That's essentially what you'll be doing, and you must work regularly. There is a temptation, particularly because if it is online, that log in कर लिया and then पीछे पता नहीं सो रहे हैं, जो भी कर रहे हैं, but उसका नतीजा बुरा होगा, in the sense that if you will not be able to cope if you don't pay attention to what is being taught. So not only should you be attending, but you should be attending and paying attention and clearing your doubts while the classes are going on, because whatever you learn in the first day will be used in the second day. What you learn in the second day will be used in the third day's course. So it's very progressive and incremental. Things are not independent of each other. And if you lose track somewhere in between, then catching up becomes very difficult. So please pay attention, ask questions, clear your doubts, and make sure that you're keeping up with things, because what you're going to learn is something quite different from what you did in school. Anything else that anyone else wants to ask?
Ma'am, I have a question.
Yeah, sure.
Ma'am, I have completed my 12th class in 2019. So then I had dropped my year. So I was thinking, do I need to study my 11th or 12th maths again? Because
see, 11th, 12th maths is extremely important. Whatever we start out in this first semester and subsequently is based on we will assume that you know what you've done in school. Of course, we will review it. ऐसा नहीं है कि we'll say कि ये आपको पहले से पता है, हम फिर से उसको रिव्यू नहीं करेंगे. ऐसी बात नहीं है, रिव्यू तो करते हैं, पर अगर आपको बिल्कुल भी चीजें याद नहीं हैं जो आपने 11th 12th में किया हो, फिर थोड़ा आपको दिक्कत हो जाएगी, because you will have to spend much more time then trying to figure out, क्योंकि रिव्यू जब करते हैं तो वो जल्दी से होता है ना, उतना टाइम नहीं स्पेंड करेंगे उस पे. जो भी 11th 12th की चीजें यूज होंगी उसको थोड़ा बहुत we'll spend a little time, but not so much that we are re-explaining those topics. So it's a good idea for you to go back to your NCERT textbooks, please. Don't go look at the other books. Your NCERT 11th and 12th books, you should just have a, clear idea, and especially those topics which were not considered important for board exam, जैसे relations हो, functions हो, उन सब चीजों को पूरा नेग्लेक्ट किया जाता था इन स्कूल. वो फिर से जो नेग्लेक्टेड टॉपिक्स हैं उनको जरा केयरफुली करते हैं हम फिर से, बट स्टिल यू शुड योर इंटीग्रेशन के जो आपके फॉर्मूले थे, योर डिफरेंशिएशन, दोज काइंड्स ऑफ थिंग्स यू शुड, हाँ, यू शुड टेक, यू शुड रिफ्रेश. वेक्टर्स तो अज्यूम करके जाएंगे आगे. So who's the Maddie guy का सच्ची का नाम क्या है? एक तो तुम लोगों के इतने funny user names हैं. So the Maddie guy who asked me, please tell me what your name is, otherwise I'm not answering.
Ma'am, my real name is Abhishek Kumar.
So Abhishek Kumar, it is extremely different. So let me just give you instance. So it's a very simple example. आपने शायद 4th, 5th या 6th standard, I can't remember, तब आपने GCD किया होगा, greatest common divisor. है ना, मेथड
Yes,
होगा
ma'am.
कि कैसे HCF या GCD जो बोलते हैं उसको कैसे निकालते हैं, ठीक है।
Yes, ma'am.
बट क्यों है वो मेथड क्यों काम करता है, व्हाई इज इट दैट, और HCF या GCD का एक्चुअल मीनिंग क्या है, एक तो वो, और दूसरा कि जो मेथड आप स्कूल में यूज करते थे वो काम क्यों करता है, उससे HCF GCD क्यों निकलता है। अब यूनिवर्सिटी में आके आप ये समझोगे कि एक्चुअली GCD का मतलब क्या है और नेचुरल नंबर्स की क्या प्रॉपर्टीज हैं जिसके वजह से वो मेथड एक्चुअली काम करता है। मतलब यू विल प्रूव कि GCD इस तरह से जब हम मेथड अप्लाई करते हैं तो उस मेथड से जो निकलता है वो एक्चुअली GCD है। So now the concentration is not necessarily on the method, but on why that method works and what are the intrinsic properties that are there in the numbers you're familiar with, which allow these methods to work, right? So it's a lot like.
Ma'am, can I ask you a question?
Let me just finish. It's a lot like in your middle school when you first learned congruence congruent triangles के जो वो theorems होते थे, SSS, SAS वगैरह. So you had these theorems and then you had to apply all of them, right? So now what you'll be learning are why these theorems are there in the first place. You'll be proving those theorems and then you'll be applying those theorems. So all of it is to solve the sort of background, the background on which a lot of your school methods were based. That background you're going to study. Okay, so now you can ask me the questions.
Ma'am?
Yeah.
It's a very, I don't know, like, it's a math question, but like, will we by any chance study why zero was made?
The history.
Yeah, the history of zero.
Yeah. See, so the thing is, we do not have a formal course related to history of mathematics as such. But I'm sure many of my colleagues, like I do so whenever I teach a course and when I start the course, I talk about its basic history, because one of the things is the way in which we do maths in the university. Often students think ki, like say, suppose I have a theorem which I'm studying, the assumption is ki theorem ekdam bana banaya वैसे आया, but actually there's a 300-year history behind it as to how things progressed. कई गलतियां हुई, कई चीजें देखी गई, उसके बाद जो है अभी एक ये modern formulation बन पाया है. So it has depended on some 300-400 years and sometimes it's more than 1,000 years of history which has led to this. So often your faculty members who are teaching you will incorporate elements of it, but we do not have a history of maths course per se, but we can always give you references where you can read up on many of these things. So the answer is formally no, informally yes.
And thank you for that, ma'am.
You're welcome.
So, ma'am, when you were explaining that how like graduation maths is different from 11th and 12th maths or school maths, one question popped up in my mind, which was, so we'll be basically studying what is the reasoning behind of something of a theorem or of something that was which we used as a like basically हमको बना बनाया दिया and we used it. So we'll be basically studying कि वो बना कैसे. I'm guessing.
बिल्कुल, एक तो वो करोगे आप, और दूसरा जो है, देखो जो भी हम बनाते हैं वो भी किसी रूल्स पे बेस्ड हैं, right? So in maths, one of the things you will learn is what are the rules that you can take for granted. So in a way, they are what we call as axioms. So these are given to you in a way. And एक history है कि वो भी कैसे बने, वो अलग बात है, but at the level at which you are dealing with, you will be given certain rules which are there with you. Using those rules, you will make bigger, better results, which were then used as methods in your school. So you see what I'm trying to get at. Many of the methods that you used in school were based on some big results. Those big results are built out of some very basic things that we assume. So those, you will be told about the basic things you can assume, and then you will learn how to create these results in a way. So किस तरह से बना है, आप बनाओगे actually. In the process, you will also realize your own results. जो किसी ने पहले मतलब discover शायद किया हो, but you know, so would we be proving ready-made? Of course, you will be proving ready-made theorems also, because that's how the subject has already progressed much before you, no? And you are learning at a level where you have to learn how the subject has progressed up to this point. And then you may be able to discover some things on your own also.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. I think how difficult will you rate this course? See, any maths honors course is, it's not easy, let me put it this way, but it's also not very difficult. It becomes difficult if you're not regular. It becomes difficult if you're not paying attention. The maths honors course program that we have here would be, see, you cannot do, let me put it this way, you cannot do maths which is applied if you do not know the theory. So a very simple example of the maths which is used is all your credit card transactions, your you know, the WhatsApp में जो encryption आपके पास है, जिसकी वजह से कोई और आपके messages नहीं पढ़ सकता है, only the intended person reads it, which is there in your, you know, what is called the pretty good protocol in your email as well. All of those things, where did it come from? It came from a piece of mathematics that you will be studying as part of your undergraduate maths course. Okay, and but उसको अगर देखोगे तो वो purely theoretical है. उस टाइम पे जब वो लोगों ने उसको डिस्कवर किया था, उनको पता ही नहीं था कि ये आगे जाके अप्लाई होने वाला है 300 साल बाद. So every bit of maths that you study has 2 or 3 purposes. One is it will make your brain really, like जैसे आप physical fitness के लिए क्या करते हो, भागते हो, दौड़ते हो, exercise करते हो, उसी तरह से mental fitness के लिए maths करो, I would say. So you will be doing maths, which is part of your, which is going to make you very chust mentally. That's one. Second, you will be doing maths, which, you know, maths, in fact, if you take any item in your real life, तुम कुछ भी ले लो, ये जो laptop जिसके through मैं बात कर रही हूँ आप लोगों से, उसकी जो वायरिंग है पूरी, वो बूलियन अलजेब्रा पे बेस्ड है, सर्किटरी उस पे बेस्ड है. बूलियन अलजेब्रा थियोरेटिकल है आपकी, ठीक है. आप जो ग्रुप थियरी करेंगे वो आपको थियोरेटिकल लगेगा, बट ग्रुप थियरी के तहत चीजें हैं जिसके वजह से क्रिप्टोग्राफी चलती है आपकी. नंबर थियरी करेंगे जो आपको प्योरली थियोरेटिकल लगेगा, बट नंबर थियरी के बेसिस पे बहुत सारे एनक्रिप्शन सिस्टम्स हैं. कुछ तो डायरेक्टली एप्लीकेबल हैं, जैसे आपके प्रोग्रामिंग या न्यूमेरिकल एनालिसिस की चीजें जो कहेंगे, उसमें तो आप सीखोगे ही सीखोगे किस तरह से अप्रोक्सीमेशंस करने हैं, किस तरह से जब हम थियोरेटिकली सॉल्यूशंस नहीं निकाल पाते हैं, प्रैक्टिकली किस तरह से निकालेंगे. आपकी जो प्रोबेबिलिटी एंड स्टैटिस्टिक्स है, particularly the statistics part, you will be modeling. So there are, you know, but the fact is you cannot do all of those applications until you understand the theory properly. So ये जो आप theoretical application अगर देखोगे, हाँ, your course, your program is more than 2/3 will be based on understanding the theory and learning it. But only if you are able to do that will you be able to apply it. And applications तो बहुत, your MRI जो medical scanning में use होता है, वो पूरा analysis की जो एक pure result है, जो आप कह सकते हो pure theoretical result है, उस पे based है. सारी आपकी मेडिकल टेक्नोलॉजी में आगे जो आप कोविड की भी मॉडलिंग ले लो, वो बिना मैथ्स के आप नहीं कर सकते. ठीक है. और आप मॉडलिंग एकदम से नहीं सीख सकते हो जब तक उसके पीछे जो एनालिसिस है या जो प्रोग्रामिंग है, जो थियोरेटिकल पार्ट्स हैं, जब तक उसको आप नहीं समझोगे उसको अप्लाई नहीं कर पाओगे आप. तो देयर आर, so the theoretical aspect is fundamental. Without that you cannot learn any applied stuff. और अगर applied stuff सीख लोगे तो it will be very shallow if you don't have an understanding of the theory behind it. और क्या था question? Sorry, I didn't see. हाँ, actuarial sciences. I mean, so see, the thing with actuarial sciences is that you become an actuary by taking exams, right? You have to pass several levels. And what you'll find is that in your maths honors course, there are a number of papers that you do as part of maths honors, which have commonality with the actuarial sciences exams. So often ma'am, what course will you teach us? I'm not teaching the first semester students right now, but over the years, I will hopefully teach you something. I usually teach group theory course, which is for the third semester students. But I'm happy to come and interact with you anytime. So. Yeah, someone else has BSc, BA. I mean, see, the maths is the same. And so now the thing is that people are not bothered about the way the masters in maths works is if you had done a BA earlier, then you would go into MA maths. If you did BSc, then you would go into, your degree would be called MSc maths. But nowadays, they're not so bothered about the nomenclature. All master's programs have entrance exam, and all they're bothered about is कि आपने कितना maths किया है. You should have done X amount of maths before you're eligible for masters in mathematics, and that amount of maths you anyway do. There is no issue with that.
Ma'am?
यार तो मैं अभी खत्म हो जाएगा 10-15 मिनट. हाँ, okay. हाँ, बानु.
Ma'am, what's the difference between mathematical science and BA ये वाला course?
BA Maths Honors and BA कहाँ?
BSc में. Yes, ma'am. DU में BS mathematical science का.
नहीं, mathematical sciences वो BSc program में है उनका. It's not as part of their honors, as far as I know. The BSc program has different streams within it, one of which is mathematical sciences. But in those degrees, it's a mix of subjects that you usually have, which make up mathematical sciences. I'm not very familiar with that, but what we are similar to is the maths honors of Delhi University. Yeah, Utkarsh, the MSc does not matter. The MScs, they are just nomenclatures. The eligibility requirement is 55% in your maths honors. That's all. To take any of the entrance exam. So it doesn't matter whether that degree is called MSc. Of course, you can't do MSc physics because you don't have a physics background. Yes, Sanchit. In fact, in DU now, they don't have any, I don't know whether they still have BA honors maths and BSc honors maths. सब कुछ उन्होंने BSc honors maths बना दिया है, irrespective of what this thing. See, so there is, they don't have, because they did away with it, even though you may not be doing any science subjects with it. Yes, Harshit, you can do masters in finance, mathematical finance, after a maths degree. But in India, mostly you do not have, there are very few places which give mathematical finance masters and a few places which have masters in data science. But yeah, please ask Arko. Investment banking person should be interested in you. But yes, everything.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, once we get to choose our desired courses in the particular semesters, then how are we going to get the credits? What's the criteria for getting credits out of these courses actually?
See, so the thing is that there is a structure which Maths Honours has, which means that, and the Maths Honours is part of the larger BA requirement, right? So in Maths Honours, for example, you have to do 12 compulsory courses in mathematics, which are 4 credits each. And in those 12 compulsory courses, as with all the other courses, they're all 4 credits for you. Usme kya hota hai? How do you earn the credits? You have to pass the course. If you pass the course, you earn the credits. Now, credit you will earn by passing, but the what is called the cumulative grade point average. Earlier जो हमारा होता था ना कि आपकी क्या डिवीजन आई थी आपके कॉलेज में, फर्स्ट डिवीजन, सेकंड, थर्ड, या कितना परसेंटेज था आपका ओवरऑल, वो बदल चुका है. Instead now what you have is what is called cumulative grade point average, and that cumulative grade point average is calculated on the basis of what is the final grade that you get on each of your courses. So there is a 10-point scale of grading that we have. It starts with F, or it goes all the way to A+. I'm sure your teachers will explain to you precisely what it is. Usme C+ passing grade hai. And in terms of what you may understand, like if you have 100 marks passing, in as far as if you think of it in terms of 100, if you're getting above 35, then it is pass. Okay, and then wo grades hote hain, agar aapke 35 or 45, above 35 but below 45 hai, that will be called C+ grade. If you get above 45 but less than 55, then it is called B- grade. Aise grades hain. So the final output of your degree is calculated as a cumulative grade point average on the 24 courses you're required to do to graduate.
Thank you, ma'am.
How many courses? Typically in every semester you'll be doing 4 courses of 4 credits each. So 16 credits in each semester. Difference between Maths Honours and Stats Honours? The simplest difference is that in Maths Honours we do some stats, but I think Stats Honours people, I don't know how much maths they do. After maths you can go into statistics very easily for masters, but after doing statistics you can most probably not be able to come to a maths masters. So doing Maths Honours is far better. Utkarsh, 4 courses. Well, 1 core maths course, yes. See, in your entire undergraduate program, you have to do at least 4 foundation courses, out of which 3 are compulsory for you, and 1 is optional. So in this semester, I'm not quite sure here, Ramnik will have to correct me. You will be given 1 foundation language course which is compulsory. You will have to do 1 Maths Honours course which is compulsory. So that takes up 2. The other 2 is other two, or sometimes you may also be given a second compulsory foundation course. I'm not sure. But the other two are for you, they're optional. They can either be, so in AUD, what we have are what are called discipline courses, foundation courses, and open elective courses. ऐसे कोई terminology है, if I'm not mistaken. And in your maths compulsory slot, तो आप maths honors कर रहे हो तो वो compulsorily आपको करना पड़ेगा. बट जो इको ऑनर्स के स्टूडेंट्स कंपल्सरीली इको कोर्स करते हैं वो आपके लिए ऑप्शनल हो जाता है. You will definitely do one Hindi course. Which level, that depends. And when you will get it depends, either this semester or next. I actually have to say bye. Only for one semester, yes. Only for one semester. I actually have to say bye. I'm sorry I joined in late, but I had meetings, and again I have various meetings that I have to attend to. But I've given my email ID in the chat box. So at any point, if you have any doubts, please write to me. I'll try and clarify it to the best that I can. Okay. So I'm going to say goodbye to all of you and all the best. And you're in good hands in AUD. We will take care of you. But you must also be open to talking to your teachers, telling them what your problems are. Otherwise, we will not know. Okay. So the fundamental thing you have to learn, and particularly because we are doing in an online mode, is please discuss, make it interactive, and talk to your teachers. They will help you out. Okay, bye.
Okay, okay, fine. So I think most of the queries have been resolved now, and so we are going to wind up this meeting, and possibly when SUS office will send you an email for regarding your classes. So then we will meet most probably by end of this week or definitely next week. So okay.
हेलो
हाय
क्या करना है कहाँ
हेलो
गए ना टीचर्स गए ना ठीक है
हाँ मुझे चेक कर देंगे
भाई
भाई कर रहा है लेकिन ये
डिस्कॉर्ड
व्हाट्सएप पे बनाओ
व्हाट्सएप एवरीबॉडी हैज व्हाट्सएप यार
एक ग्रुप तो बना लो फिर देखा जाएगा.
हाँ एक ग्रुप बना लेते व्हाट्सएप पे देन वी विल क्रिएट बाद में जितने ग्रुप बना रहे हैं.
तो अभी सारे नंबर दे दो ना अपने फिर इन्फॉर्मेशन
मेरे को टेक्स्ट कर दो ये नंबर कॉपी
तो सब
टेक्स्ट कर दो मैं
एक बंदे को भेज दो नंबर सब.
एक सेकंड आई हैव अ क्वेश्चन.
टेक्स्ट कर देना.
रिस्पांसिबल कौन है बनाने का?
हाँ हम तो
ये जो मैंने दिया ना 9
सुनो कोई भी एक बना दो एडमिन सबको ही बना देना बाद में.
हाँ तुम सब मेरे को हाय भेज दो वहाँ पे.
अच्छा ठीक है
अभी
उत्कर्ष को
एक काम करो उत्कर्ष को सब ना हाय भेज दो व्हाट्सएप पे. ठीक है
हाँ ये सही है
वो बना देगा
So just interrupting you for a minute. So we are going to be logging off. We are going to be stopping with the meeting here. Okay, wishing you everyone all the best.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Please be regular with your classes. That's one thing I would definitely like to say. And keep track of your emails because that is the only way for us to kind of get to you
Yes,
at the
ma'am.
moment. ठीक है, तो जो भी करेंगे registration वगैरह की dates का ध्यान रखना and keep regularly checking your emails.
Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
Definitely, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
उत्कर्ष को भेजना है?
सब अपना नंबर क्यों दे रहे हो? तुम मुझे टेक्स्ट करो ना WhatsApp पे।
अरे सब अपना नंबर देना बंद करो। उत्कर्ष का नंबर है, उत्कर्ष के नंबर पे उसको WhatsApp पे हाई भेज दो, that's it. वो बना दो सब।
ओके, भेज दिया, उत्कर्ष भेज दिया भाई।
उत्कर्ष का नंबर कहाँ है एक्चुअली?
सबसे ऊपर।
सबसे ऊपर 9717930975।
Okay, thank you.
नेटवर्क है क्या?
अबे नहीं कॉल क्यों कर रहा है? पागल हो गया।
कहाँ पे?
इतने हाई तो मैंने जिंदगी में नहीं देखे।
कोई बात नहीं।
खुशी है आज
खुशी, आज खुशी, बस खुशी माना भाई।
ले तेरे को एक नमस्ते भेजता हूँ मैं।
तू मैम से क्या पूछ रहा था? जीरो क्या कौन
फेवरेट नंबर पूछ रहा था
भाई। मेरा बचपन से डाउट है कि जीरो क्यों बना था। डाउट है।
अरे जीरो भी तब भी ठीक है, फेवरेट
जीरो सिर्फ पीछे लगने के लिए बना था।
आई स्वेयर मेरा बचपन से डाउट है कि जीरो क्यों बना था। अगर ये मैथ्स करने के बाद भी सॉल्व नहीं हुआ ना, मैं कतल में आई कमिट सुसाइड।
नहीं होगा भाई, जीरो कोई नहीं।
ट्राई करेंगे 3 साल।
मैम ने साफ बोल दिया भाई, मुश्किल कोर्स है, देख लो भाई।
कर लेंगे।
अब तो कर लेगा, अब तो करना ही है।
भाई वैसे भी जब
यहाँ कोई एक दूसरे को पहले से जानता है?
नहीं भाई,
बस फिर सही है।
YouTube चैट बॉक्स जानते हैं हम।
हाँ,
मैं भी जानता हूँ, सभी एक दूसरे को YouTube चैट बॉक्स जानते हैं। ये सच्चे दत्त ये मुझसे बात कर रहा था आज।
भाई हमारी क्लास में सारे
तूने नो बोला था बस एक।
हाँ यार भाई।
तूने क्या बोला अभी?
मैंने
नहीं उत्कर्ष ने कुछ बोला।
मैंने बोला
सारे लड़के
भाई जैसे लोड हो रहा था ना, वैसे मैं सोच रहा था कि भाई शिट।
वही कोई स्पोर्ट्स में इंटरेस्टेड है?
हाँ भाई।
कौन सा वाला है? बैडमिंटन पसंद है किसी को?
खिलवा तो
मैं सही खेलता हूँ।
मैं वॉलीबॉल खेलता हूँ। क्रिकेट, कबड्डी
भाई टेबल टेनिस,
कबड्डी ठीक है, पर कबड्डी वॉलीबॉल
भाई फुटबॉल और बैडमिंटन।
भाई फुटबॉल और बैडमिंटन।
अभी कुछ भी खेल लेंगे, कॉलेज तो खोलने तो ख्याली पुलाव बना जा रहे तुम।
अरे भाई पहले यूनिवर्सिटी तो क्या है?
ग्राउंड भी नहीं है
भाई, यूनिवर्सिटी में अपना दूसरे नहीं हम लोग वैसे भी।
यूनिवर्सिटी का कैंपस नहीं है।
चलो यार मैं WhatsApp पे बनाता हूँ, सबने भेज दिया ना मेरे को?
यप।
नाम भी भेज दो भाई, वो क्या सेव करेगा बेचारा।
अरे वैसे ये रिकॉर्ड हो रही है।
ओह शिट। ये तो करना होता है, इसी की कमी थी। ऑलराइट, बाय बाय गाइस।
बाय। लेट्स टॉक इन व्हाट्सएप।
उत्कर्ष वो बना दियो यार प्लीज।